The northern Arabian Sea, 500 miles south of Iran's coastline, the USS Abraham Lincoln CVN-72 cuts through open water at a classified heading known only to her bridge crew and the Tactical Operations Center buried deep within her armored hull. On the flight deck, an F-35C Lightning II from Marine Fighter Attack Squadron 314, the Black Knights, completes pre-flight checks beneath the glow of deck lights and the hum of catapults standing ready. The carrier is not alone. A ring of Aegis-equipped guided missile destroyers forms a layered defensive screen around her. Spy-1 radar arrays rotate methodically, scanning airspace and sea lanes hundreds of miles in every direction. Electronic warfare systems listen silently. Interceptor batteries remain on alert. Below deck, more than 5,000 sailors and Marines maintain the rhythm that keeps a nuclear aircraft carrier operational. Reactor crews monitor output. Air wing maintainers prepare sorties. Combat systems teams run drills. Most of them do not realize how narrow the margin in modern naval warfare has become. Because this story is not about a single missile, it is about mathematics. The Abraham Lincoln is not just steel and propulsion. She is a sovereign airbase at sea, 1,092 feet long, nearly 100,000 tons displaced. 2 Westinghouse A4W nuclear reactors generating roughly 260,000 shaft horsepower. A flight deck spanning more than 4 acres. An embarked air wing approaching 90 aircraft. She can project power for months without refueling. She costs roughly $13 billion to replace, and she exists for one purpose: deterrence through presence. In early 2026, that presence carried strategic weight. Tensions with Iran had intensified amid disputes over ballistic missile development, nuclear enrichment levels, and regional proxy activity. Public rhetoric hardened on both sides. Military signaling increased, and within range of Iran's most advanced missile systems. In 2023, Iran unveiled a new medium-range ballistic missile known as the Fattah Conqueror. Tehran described it as hypersonic. Western analysts debated the terminology, but labels are less important than capability. The missile is assessed as a 2-stage, solid fuel system. The booster lofts the vehicle to high altitude before separation. The re-entry vehicle reportedly incorporates maneuverability during terminal descent, complicating interception calculations. Publicly stated range, approximately 1,400 kilometers, with ambitions for 2,000. What makes such systems strategically significant is not just speed, it is maneuverability combined with compressed reaction time. At those velocities, engagement windows shrink dramatically. Missile defense becomes a race against physics. Earlier in February, a long-range Iranian drone was detected approaching the carrier strike group. It was intercepted by a U.S. fighter aircraft before it could pose immediate danger. But intelligence analysts later described such actions as probing operations, tests of detection timelines, engagement distances, electronic signatures, and defensive choreography. In modern conflict, data is as valuable as destruction. Every radar emission reveals patterns. Every interceptor launch reveals response time. Every maneuver reveals doctrine. The visible platform is often not the objective. The data is. The 250-meter question. Now consider a strategic thought experiment. A maneuvering ballistic warhead descends toward open ocean near a carrier strike group. It detonates in the water, not a direct hit. 250 meters from the hull. 250 meters. For perspective, the carrier herself stretches 332 meters from bow to stern. At terminal velocities exceeding Mach 5, the difference between 250 meters and 0 is measured in fractions of a second of guidance adjustment. Whether deliberate offset, degraded targeting, or partial defensive deflection, the strategic message would be unmistakable. The margin is thin. This is not speculation about destruction, it is analysis of deterrence signaling, a demonstration that proximity is achievable. Defensive architecture. A carrier strike group is among the most heavily defended formations on Earth. Layered missile defense includes long-range interceptors such as SM-6, medium-range systems like ESSM, rolling airframe missiles, close-in weapon systems firing thousands of rounds per minute, electronic warfare and decoy systems, multiple layers, multiple shots, multiple opportunities to intercept. But none of it is guaranteed. Missile defense is probabilistic. The defender must succeed every time. The attacker needs success once. Cost asymmetry. The economic dimension compounds the challenge. The carrier strike group represents tens of billions of dollars in assets. An interceptor missile costs millions per round. Ballistic missiles cost significantly less. In saturation scenarios, the cost-exchange ratio favors the attacker. This asymmetry is central to modern anti-access doctrine. Impose disproportionate defensive expenditure on a technologically superior adversary. Because missile inventories are finite. Surveillance and the targeting problem. Striking a moving aircraft carrier is not trivial. The Abraham Lincoln travels at over 30 knots and changes course frequently. Targeting requires persistent surveillance and predictive modeling, not only knowing where the ship is, but where it will be minutes later. Space-based reconnaissance, electronic intelligence, and over-the-horizon sensors reduce uncertainty. As global surveillance networks expand, the targeting challenge becomes increasingly solvable. Lessons learned in the Arabian Sea influence doctrine elsewhere. Anti-ship ballistic missile development in other theaters reflects similar principles. For 8 decades, the aircraft carrier has defined American naval dominance. No U.S. supercarrier has been sunk in combat since World War II. But the environment is changing. Missiles are faster, sensors are more persistent, margins are thinner. A near miss, even hypothetical, forces recalculation. It challenges assumptions about invulnerability. It underscores that modern naval warfare is measured not in miles, but in meters and milliseconds. The reality. The USS Abraham Lincoln remains operational. Her reactors hum steadily, her air wing trains, her escorts maintain vigilance. But somewhere, analysts on all sides continuously run the numbers. Trajectory simulations, interceptor inventories, saturation models, escalation thresholds. 250 meters, less than the length of the ship, enough to reshape strategic thinking. Because in contemporary conflict, the decisive factor is not spectacle.